Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here, today giving you an Ubers tier Pokemon Showdown battle. And well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Ubers is not my favorite tier. And that is because, number one, the amount of pokes you can really use in this tier are rather limited. And sure, it'll increase with every gen, which I am excited for Gen 6, that'll be so cool. You guys hear about the fairy type and all that stuff? Yeah, that's legit. I think it'll be pretty cool for the metagame. But anyway, the thing is, it's just really limited right now, and there's not much you can really add from lower tiers. Except you can see there are a couple things here, but even those aren't that usable. So, anyway, looking at my team here, it is brand new, and basically it's just a bunch of really offensive threats, and there's Wobbuffet just to trap in some pokes, being fully specially defensive, taking some locked in Draco Meteors at -2 or things like that. But then looking at his team, one of the reasons I don't like Ubers is either you win just by setup and just sweep everything, or it's the stalliest thing in the world. And looking at his team, seeing Chansey, I'm going to think that it's pretty stally. So you can also check by the length of this video, it's going to be a long battle. Let's see how this battle goes. So he's going to start out with his Deoxys Speed, and I'm going to start out with my Darkrai. And I'm just going to go for the Dark Void right away. By the way, cool animation that they're adding here. They do that for Spore and Sleep Powder as well. But anyway, I go for a Substitute here, and basically my goal is just to start setting up a bit. I'm going to go for the Nasty Plot, and hopefully my Dark Pulse will be doing a good chunk. And unfortunately with Light Screen, it's not doing enough. But at the same time, I'm getting a little bit of justice by flinching this Kyogre here. Not really justice, it's just beginning the game. But anyway, he easily takes out my set with a Scald, and I really don't feel like switching out. I'm at +2, I don't really care. I'm just going to go for the Dark Pulse. And he Scalds and doesn't get the burn, thankfully. So I'm just going to go for another Dark Pulse, hope to do enough, but no, but he does get flinched. So I'm just going to go for the Dark Pulse again to finish him off, except he's going to switch out. And he's going to go into Pharaoh, and so that thing takes it pretty nicely. Of course, Light Screen's off now. I'm going to go for the sub, predicting some kind of status or thing like that, and he does in fact go for the Leech Seed. So this gives me a chance to go for the Nasty Plot again, although he does reveal the Power Whip here. I'm just going to go for the Dark Pulse, do a nice chunk on him, and he's just going to finish me off with the Power Whip. So this Ferrothorn's still a pretty nice health. I'm thinking, okay, that's it. I'm setting up with the Rayquaza. I don't even care. I'm going to go for the DD, and he has the T-Wave. Yeah, that's a pretty good Pharaoh set, though. I'm thinking of trying that out, probably. So, I do get paralyzed here. Pretty much justice for him since he got flinched a couple of times. And so, I'm just going to set up a couple DDs, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to try doing a chunk of damage. And while he does bring in Giratina, he actually tricks me with the Choice Band, which I really don't care that much because I'm already extremely offensive. That's all Rayquaza really does. After one DD, it basically kills everything. But since I'm paralyzed, I'm slower, and he can just kill me off with an Iron Head. But I'm not going to let that happen. I have some Death Fodder that I can use, and I'll definitely use that later. And now I just bring in my Giratina. I'm going to set up a little bit on it because there's no way that I'm going to be able to kill him off too easily. Basically, it's a Spiritomb set with the Rest, Calm Mind, Sleep Talk, and then D-Pulse as my stab move that hits everything. So it does bring in Giratina now, and I'm surprised that a Life Orb super effective +2 Dragon Pulse doesn't kill off that Giratina. But nonetheless, I'm just going to bring in my Giratina now. My Rayquaza is dead, not a really big deal. I'm going to go for the D-Pulse, and Chansey takes it like a boss, of course, because Chansey is Chansey. He actually has that Sweet Kiss, I believe, and it confuses me. I've never seen that on a poke. Well, I've never seen it on Chansey. I don't think I've ever seen it before, but nonetheless, it's pretty cool that he's using it, because it will help him with his wish passing, probably. So he does get the wish off, and he's going to go into Kyogre, and I went for the rest. Why? Why did I do that? I could have just D-Pulsed, finished off that Kyogre. But no, I thought it would be a better idea if I would just set up more. So, this Kyogre is at full health, and we're just going to have a Calm Mind War for a little while. And even though I'm already at +4, my Dragon Pulse aren't doing enough, even though he's only at +1. And so I'm going to wake up here, I believe, yes. And I'm going to go for the D-Pulse and do a nice chunk, but I'm not able to finish off the Kyogre. So he's going to rest, he is faster, and I'm just going to go for the D-Pulse. And of course it's not going to take him out since he was at full health. And I'm thinking, you know what, maybe I may need to set up a little bit. After all, he is Calm Minding now, so basically whoever gets a crit is the winner. Because even though Scald is weak, like, it's not going to do much to me, especially since I resist. So really the odds are in my favor for whoever crits. So we're just going to keep playing this out a little bit more. He's going to Calm Mind again. I'm going to go for the D-Pulse because I am at maximum special attack. I do get the crit, and that's pretty nice. So now he brings in Ferrothorn. I don't care that much because I'll still do a nice chunk to him. And he goes for the Power Whip. I'm max HP, max defense, so that does nothing to me, especially since I resist it. I'm just going to take him out with another D-Pulse, and bam. I'm just at low HP right now, which is a bit worrisome. Now, here's the thing. This guy was really nice, and we were just talking in the chat, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to rest here, and then, like, I just didn't feel like being too much of a D-bag, because after being at 1%, he was probably like, oh, crap. And, like, he was... props for him for just playing this out, because oh my gosh, if you're at 1% trying to flinch me out and then I get back to max HP, I wouldn't like that. But here's the thing, because I thought we were just joking around and like he was just going to keep foddering everything and stuff, and it's not going to be like playing it out to the very end, I am just eventually going to go for the D-Pulse instead of going for the rest, because I thought we were just messing around. So I go for the Dragon Pulse and I die, and that's probably the worst play I ever chose to do, because now this Giratina is able just to do whatever he pleases. I go for the Swords Dance here, kind of predicting a rest, not like I would have done much anyway since I'm in the rain and he resists, and now bunch of shenanigans. Oh my gosh, this Giratina, of course that's naturally bulky, that's why I have one as a wall as well. But basically I can set up Swords Dances, and that's a crit right there. From a Flare Blitz, from a Blaziken. +2. Pretty sure I'm adamant. It's impossible, I just don't know. There's nothing I can do. I go for the SD again, because like, you know what, maybe I can do some damage. Nope, he roars me. And they also changed the judgment animation there, which is pretty cool as well. And I just can't do anything. This Giratina is pretty much impossible, and I just don't know what to do, guys. What do I do? Gosh. But eventually he switches out to Chansey, and I roar. Why? This game, this is why I don't like Ubers, everyone. So he gets me back into Wobbuffet. I'm gonna Encore him into Dragon Tail, and I'm just gonna go for the counter because I have nothing else to do. And well, there you go. He has Roar and Dragon Tail, and then Rest and Sleep Talk. Good, extremely defensive set. It's invincible. Nothing I can do. I'm probably gonna go for the Flare Blitz here. Yes, I do. And he's probably gonna rest here. I have so much recoil. Actually, he doesn't. He just goes for the detail. It doesn't really matter. I have nothing to kill him off with. I can go for the Judgment here, but that's probably why he was worried. He's probably worried I would take him out here, because his Giratina is the key for him to winning. I'm a very defensive RC Steel, though, with no special attack investment, so I'm really not going to be doing too much anyway. But he does go for the Seismic Toss here, and basically I'm just trying to wear down this Chansey, because it's going to be ridiculous trying to take this thing down. So he goes for the Wish, and I thought he was going to switch out, so I go for the Roar, but either way I got confused. So this Chansey's back at nice health, but thankfully I will break out of confusion here, and I will go for the Recover, and I'm at a decent amount of health now. And so basically I'm going to Judgment one more time. He's going to go for the Wish, and he's going to die of Burn. And so now this Deoxys Speed comes in, and there's not much I can do here. Basically, he's going to set up a light screen, and I'm going to go for the Judgment, and I'm just going to keep attacking him until he dies, basically. He got the Wish, so that just extends the amount of time this Deoxys Speed is going to live. But eventually, after a couple of turns, it will go down, and then finally, I have to deal with this freaking Giratina. Good lord, it is too bulky. Oh my gosh. So like I said, this is why I don't like Ubers. Either you're gonna win in a few turns, or you're going to have a match of 100 plus turns. And that's why I sped this up as fast as it would let me, because this Giratina will not die, and it can rest as long as it's not at full health. So it's going to be able to outstall me, because not only does it have rest, but it has pressure. So every move I use uses 2 PP. And even though I'm defensive, that Giratina is defensive, so it is going to win. Let me just tell you, do not challenge Giratina to a stall war. You will lose. Because of the rocks, my Wobbuffet has no chance. And so eventually it's going to be worn down because it just uses a million roars. And basically my goal eventually was like, you know what, maybe if I don't use any willows, just use all my defensive moves, because I ran out of judgment eventually. That's why I did struggle earlier, just to try killing things off. But basically my goal was, as long as he's at full health, he can't use rest. So that's less moves for him to go for. And so that was the plan. But after he wore off my Wobbuffet from rocks, oh my gosh, look at this. We have a million roars against each other. Why did I play this out? I don't, just to show you guys how much I don't like Ubers. I have to deal with this. And so, you know what? Nothing special is going to happen here. We're stalling each other out until someone wins the struggle war. So guys, tell me what you guys think about Ubers, because this is why I don't like it, along with the amount of pokes you can actually use in it, and just the lack of strategy in it, in my opinion at least. But yeah, you guys can tell me what you think. Finally, I get to the last turn 135, and I die of struggle, and that was a game. So that was certainly quite the battle, Philip. Yeah guys, I hope you still enjoyed and you can understand my pain of Ubers. Like, I'll take Ubers if it's suggestions, but other than that, I'm going to think that I'll probably upload less Ubers battles than the rest of the tiers. But yeah, it's all up to you guys. Of course, this whole channel is dedicated to subscribers, and I always want to take suggestions. But I'm just giving my spiel here. You guys can tell me what you think about it. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.